Hi, I'm General Jay Raymond, the Chief of Space Operations for the United States Space Force.
And I'm Chief Roger Tilberman, Chief Master Sergeant of the Space Force. Together, we have the honor of leading and serving alongside the nation's 12,000 Guardians.
We wanted to take this opportunity to say Happy Veterans Day to all service members, past and present.
And to your families, we thank you for the continued support and sacrifices you've made throughout the years.
As a proud Clemson alum, you already know what team I'll be rooting for. What about you, Chief?
I'm Wisconsin, sir, and go Pack Go!
Well, whoever you're cheering for today, we can all appreciate some great food and great games.
Happy Veterans Day, America.
And First Take starts right now.
First Take is presented by USAA.
Tigers and Badgers in the building. Thank you for being with us on this Veterans Day. We are immensely grateful to our veterans, the servicemen and women, and of course their families for their protection, for their sacrifice. You are the real heroes, and we cannot thank you enough.
There's no us without you guys, no question.
Absolutely. All right, let's get into it, guys. We had a thriller in OT at Staples. LeBron on the sideline as his former team came to town. It was a 2020 NBA Finals rematch. LA held off Miami 120-117. This one had 33 lead changes, 14 ties. Russell Westbrook, he messed around and had a triple-double. And Anthony Davis putting in work too, 24, 13, and 4 AD.
After that Portland loss, we took that personal. We're not that type of team. No energy, no effort, a little bit of selfishness. And we just try to change that and get wins, with 8-man rotation, 9-man, rotation, and, only so 9-man rotation, 9 guys active, and try to find ways to get wins while everyone is getting back healthy. So these last 2 games has definitely been fun, for sure. Guys are having fun. Guys are realizing and starting to realize how good of a team we are.
All right. First of all, Kendrick, I hope you had a wonderful birthday, but now let's get to the hoops. Which team should feel better after last night? Is it LA or Miami?
Oh, this is easy. It's the Los Angeles Lakers. And why? Because you're going against arguably the best team in basketball, in my opinion, the Miami Heat. One of the best coaches, one of the best defensives in the league. And so when you look at what the Lakers done and how they done it on the back of Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis. Although Malik Monk shot the ball like crazy yesterday, but when you look at Russell Westbrook, he got his confidence back. He got his swagger back. He started to make those elbow jump shots. He started to make those, turnaround jump shots in the post. And then most importantly, Anthony Davis is embracing the role of playing the center position. And I love what Frank Vogel is doing. He's not talking to Anthony Davis about it. He's not calling him out in the media. He's making them play the 5. And you know what? We all jump on this high, right? And think about the sprint. Molly, Stephen A., it's about the marathon. It's about how you're playing in March. It's about how you're playing in April. And here's the thing that I realized last night. We give a lot of heat to the Lakers, but the Lakers got 6 future Hall of Famers on their team. What I realized last night is that every single night, the Los Angeles Lakers are going to get everybody's best shot. So they really playing playoff games throughout the whole entire season. Every game for them is like a playoff game. So the Lakers should feel better.
I get where you're coming from, Perk. I don't agree with you on this particular issue, though. I liked what I saw from the Lakers yesterday, particularly Malik Monk. There's no question about it. He was putting up buckets. I'm wondering what's going to happen once LeBron James comes back, because for me, I'm locked in and zeroed in on Russell Westbrook. He had a triple-double last night, but he also could have easily had a quadruple-double. They said it was about 8 turnovers. I counted 11 personally. That's just me. But nevertheless, I think about that. I think about the shot selection at the end of the game. I wonder about stuff like that. Here's why I'm on the Miami Heat tip in terms of this particular question. Should the Heat or the Lakers feel better off of last night? Tyler Hero is making a run for most improved player. That's number one. He's flat out balling right now. He was balling last night. We saw what he did. PJ Tucker, you know this because you did this kind of thing yourself. There's a different level of energy his presence brings to that squad. So I can't take that away. Plus, he had a dunk last night, a follow dunk. I'm like, where the hell he get those legs from? I didn't know P.J. Tucker could jump like that anymore. But sure enough, he did that. That was good to see. I saw Miami go into double overtime. I saw them do it without Jimmy Butler, who obviously got hurt in the first quarter and didn't return for the rest of the game. So I'm paying attention to that. You didn't have Markieff Morris. So I'm looking at the Miami Heat, where a team that some of us would view as relatively undersized or whatever. Their athleticism, their ability to hit perimeter shots, their willingness to play together. I'm looking at the acquisition of a Kyle Lowry and how he's basically matriculated into that system as well. I'm just thinking about them right now. We got a Lowry. We've got a Duncan Robinson with a P.J. Tucker. Obviously, Bam Adebayo. Jimmy Butler goes down. Tyler Hero is there. I'm just watching them right now. And imagine there's top 7 with Morris in there. I like what I'm seeing. And I think the kind of things that I saw from them last night are the kind of things we can expect from them as the season progresses in terms of specifically, KP, contributions from those specific individuals. You know how you can watch the Lakers and LeBron is out or a star is out and guys step up and they show out, but then come postseason time, they on the bench because those stars are back. When you watch the Miami Heat, everybody you see performing is going to be on the court for them come playoff time. That's what I like about what I'm seeing from them.
Yeah, and I'm not knocking that, Stephen A., but when you think about the Lakers, just think about this. They haven't been healthy the entire season.
I agree.
And when I'm not just talking about LeBron James, but they're missing Taylor Horton-Tucker, who's a huge part, because when he comes back, I can't wait for Kent Bazemore to go straight to the bench. All right, he's just been playing horrible on both ends of the floor. And then you're missing Kendrick Nunn, who they signed to come in and play some valuable minutes for them, who got young legs, who got the energy, who has the athleticism, could pick up 94 feet. And when I saw last night they actually won that game without Rajon Rondo, let me tell you how huge Rondo is. If you go back to their last game, and go back to look how when Rondo came into the game, he changed the entire game, his energy, the way he was being a floor general, things to that nature. If he wouldn't have got ejected, they probably would have won that game by 25. So what I'm saying is, going against a team like the Miami Heat, going against a coach like Eric Spoelstra who will mix it up. You don't know if they're in zone at times. You don't know if they in, certain type of defensive coverages. And I thought the Lakers did a great job of figuring things out. They were trapping Carmelo Anthony. Anthony like it was the Carmelo Anthony from the New York Knicks. And I thought Melo did other things that mattered that didn't show up in the stat sheet that made winning plays.
That's cool, but I think what you're missing, KP, is that some of the contributors or some of the expected contributors as the regular season progresses are not going to be contributors come playoff time, because I don't trust that Vogel's going to go 9-10 deep. I think he's one of those coaches that's going to stick with a top 7, top 8 in the rotation and be married to that. Whereas with Miami, what you see is what you get. So if I see contributions from individuals on the Miami Heat, I expect Spoelstra to utilize them come postseason time because that's his MO. I bet he's a bit more diverse in that regard, and he's a bit more risque in that regard. He's willing to go 8 or 9 deep if necessary. But the point is, whoever you see produce it for him during the regular season, he's going to use them during the playoffs. Why is Montrezl Harrell in Washington, D.C., in the nation's capital right now? Because regardless of the energizer buddy that he was, a former six-man of the year, a guy that came off the bench and produced for the Clippers for years and years and years, he comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. He shows you what he's capable of doing. He reminds you what he's capable of doing. And then come playoff time, Frank Vogel didn't use him at all. That's not Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra doesn't roll like that. What he's going to do is when you see him utilizing guys now, when the postseason arrives, I think he sticks to that, and that's what I think the difference is between Vogel and Spoelstra.
Yeah, but Stephen A., with the Montrezl Harrell point, it didn't have a lot to do with Frank Vogel. It had more to do with him and Anthony Davis just didn't match. They didn't work well together while they was on the floor. But here's what I will say. The only thing that bothered me last night about watching the Miami Heat is when Bam Adebayo went out the game and he got in foul trouble. And look, Dwayne Dedmon is a solid professional. I think, a hell of a backup center, but he just couldn't hold the fort down. The Lakers got whatever they wanted. And again, if Anthony Davis can continue to embrace that center position, not only are the Lakers going to be in great shape, but Anthony Davis is going to win his first Defensive Player of the Year award because the way he's anchoring that defense, switching 1 through 5 pick and rolls, protecting the basket, going get rebounds when it matters the
On
most.
the floor a lot.
Yeah, but I love that Anthony Davis.
No, I love it.
You love it too, Stephen A.
I do.
You love it too. You too, Molly.
I do, KP. I'm just worried about the durability issue. He does end up on the floor a lot, and sometimes I'm scared he ain't gonna get up. He's